Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a Vekoma mine train coaster that opened in 2014 at the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, Florida. It replaced the original Snow White Scary Adventures dark ride, which can still be mostly experienced with some minor changes at Disneyland in California. It also has an exact clone at Shanghai Disneyland in China. The ride in Orlando is located in the Fantasyland section of the park, specifically the Fantasyland expansion, which was added in 2012 with Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. It still has a very similar theme to the original dark ride, with some modern animatronics and a lot of rock work surrounding the show scenes. The queue line also has a lot of interactive elements to make the wait time more interesting, and this ride does still get routinely 2-hour waits on busy days, but there are some tricks to avoid the massive lines that I'll get into later. The ride has a unique vehicle, with each car swinging back and forth like a minecart, or even a less intense aero-suspended coaster like the Bat at Kings Island. It just has your standard lap bar as your main restraint, and a little bar to grab onto in front of you as well. The stats are pretty modest, with a height of 41 feet, speed of 34 miles per hour, and a track length of just over 2,000 feet. Now that we got stats out of the way, let's see how it rides. The ride begins with a fun little pre-lift section with a small dip out of the station, which actually kind of catches you off guard in the back, followed by a drawn-out left turn into the first lift hill. As you reach the top of that lift hill, you can see past Fantasyland, and you drop right again past some rock work, and then sharply bank left towards the main pathway, and even a hidden camera that takes pictures of you enjoying your ride. You rock back and forth to the right, and then the left again, with your vehicles rocking with the track as you enter the main show scene in the mine. There's a bunch of animatronics of the dwarves singing, with projection mapping on their face to pull off the effect. Once you reach the second lift hill of the ride, the dwarves start singing "It's Off to Work We Go," and you can see their shadows follow you up the mine shaft. This is honestly my favorite part of the ride, and one of my favorite lift hills with the music and theming all around you. Once you reach the top, there's a little pre-drop before diving off another section of track and a sweeping drop to the right. You swing around until you're on that bridge, and then make a bunch of fun S-bend turns before usually stopping at the next brake run to the train stacking. You eventually reach the final brake run, where you can see Snow White dancing with the dwarves in the cottage with the evil queen standing outside. This scene is also very similar to the final scene of the dark ride it replaced, or the dark ride at Disneyland in California. This ride is often touted as one of Disney's most overrated rides due to the sometimes ridiculous lines it gets even after 10 years of operation. I kind of stand somewhere in the middle, where I think it's a glossy, smooth, fun family coaster, and I honestly do prefer it to some other Disney classics such as Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's still going to be below some all-time greats like Space Mountain and the newly opened Tron, but I think it's still a solid family coaster that stacks up well against rides like Slinky Dog Dash at Hollywood Studios. Now, one of the main reasons why people dislike it so much is the wait times it can get, which is very true, but there are workarounds. The most obvious would be the rope drop it as soon as the park opens, but a lot of people usually have the same idea. I would suggest waiting until the end of the day as the park filters out, or even better when the fireworks are happening or have just ended. The line is literally non-existent after the fireworks are over, in my experience, and it's also a solid night ride. Also, don't be discouraged if the wait time says it's like 90 minutes, because they always overestimate the wait time for the ride towards the end of the day to empty the park out even further. So in conclusion, I would recommend snagging a ride on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train during a visit to Magic Kingdom, but try not to wait longer than 30 minutes for it. Be sure to subscribe for more content and be on the lookout for more theme park reviews and other coaster videos in the near future.